We are live. Welcome to Rice TVx. And today's live stream, playing the game, playing the YouTube game, dealing with strikes and censorship is what we're going to be talking about on today's show. And we're going to get it started for you in just moments. Now, before we begin, I want to let everybody know that we are streaming both on Rice TVx and Rice TVx2. Both can be found on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to both channels. Links are in the video description for either or, depending on where you're watching this at. So make sure you subscribe to both. And before we begin, a few quick messages from the sponsors of Rice TVx. And you can always find information in the video description for BitSwap DEX, for Monarch, and Presearch.
BitSwap is the hottest new way to trade tokens. Crawling all the top decentralized exchanges, BitSwap will get you the very best price and value for your trades. BitSwap is changing the game. Try it now at bitswapdex.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you smash that like button as it helps other people to be able to find these kind of videos in the YouTube algorithm flow. Now, before we talk about what we were going to talk about on today's live stream, really quick, I want to make sure that everybody who's watching, whether you're new to the channel or an older subscriber or viewer, make sure you're taking advantage of my partnership with Money Metals Exchange. You can get a free ½ ounce of silver, and I definitely would like people to take advantage of this opportunity. And it's another way that you can support Rice TVx. If you are looking to purchase and invest in precious metals, gold and silver are both good safe haven assets to hedge against the financial collapse we are experiencing. Check out Money Metals Exchange. I partnered up with them and you can get a free ½ ounce of silver. Visit moneymetals.com, be a first-time buyer, purchase a minimum of $100, and use the promo code RICE. You get a free ½ ounce of silver, and it's another way to support the channel. All right, so to start things off, the first thing I want to say is we have an extremely low number of live viewers, which I was expecting because anytime I get a strike, whether or not I win an appeal or not, it screws with everything that I do as a content creator to work through and work with this algorithm on YouTube. So one, please let me know if you got notified of this live stream. Maybe you're busy and you can't tune in for this particular live stream. I scheduled it late last night to try to give people enough time to be able to watch this live with me. But if you're watching this on replay, let me know if you've gotten notified about this video. If you didn't get a notification, what I would suggest is periodically both unsubscribe and resubscribe to the channel, and make sure you subscribe to Rice TVx too, or depending on if you're watching this on Rice TVx too, that you're subscribed to Rice TVx. And then also I would ask that you periodically turn off the notification bells and then turn them back on if you're not receiving any notifications. If you're receiving the notifications, that's awesome. B Baker, one viewer here, I got notified. And we have EndGM20. I got the notification. So I appreciate you guys letting me know that you got the notification. So some of you may not be aware, some of you may. I let people know that if I didn't have videos coming out for a couple of days, that I more than likely have gotten a strike on my YouTube channel. I figured it would have been for the Freedom Convoy video that I did with Matthew Belair that got a strike on Rice TVx2 the previous week. And every time I get a strike, this always happens on a Friday for whatever reason. It's crazy. Real quick, before we begin, also, I want to let people know to beware of imposter accounts. I'm not going to email you or DM you on Instagram, Telegram, Twitter, Facebook Messenger regarding anything to do with me sending me any crypto or participating in any kind of investment or pyramid scheme or multi-level marketing. Please report these fake accounts. You're going to have this happening not only for myself, but other content creators as well. So I would urge you to make sure that you are definitely reporting these accounts and not participating, because again, I'm letting you know in advance, I'm not going to be contacting you for any of these reasons. I'm generally not going to be contacting people because everything is so hectic on my end. It's hard for me to be able to reach out to people like that. It's even hard for me to keep up with what's going on with the channel. And I am looking for help, and I've mentioned that in previous videos, and we'll talk about that more probably this coming weekend. I'm going to do a live stream with channel updates and let everybody know what's going on. So beware of those imposter accounts, please. It's very important. And make sure you're taking advantage of this free half ounce of silver. And while we're talking about it, why don't you go ahead and sign up for my mailing list over on ricetvx.com. Sign up for my mailing list so you never miss an update or new Rice TVx content. That way you know the happenings with the channel. I did not send an email out yet regarding the strike because I was waiting for a response, and it ended up getting a late response from YouTube. But ultimately, on Rice TVx, I won the appeal. We'll talk more about that. So make sure you're signing up for the mailing list. Also on Rice TVx, it's all my social media information, contact. I will have a merchandise shop very soon. I'm probably going to be outsourcing that and hiring somebody to get this thing rolling. I do have a few people I need to follow up with and talk to this week as well. So hopefully by 30 days from now or less, I will have the merchandise, the shop going on. So make sure, again, you are subscribed to Rice TVx, Rice TVx 2. Also, Rice TVx just passed 25,000 subscribers, and I appreciate everybody who has subscribed to the channel. It really means a lot. 25K was a milestone for me, so thank you very much. And we're actually approaching 1 million views. We're about 20,000 views. I keep removing videos, which keeps bringing that view count down. I'll explain more about why I'm removing those videos. We have Rice TVx 2. Make sure you subscribe there. Make sure you follow me on Odyssey and Library. This video right here, Professor Dolores Cahill, challenging the new normal. This was a video that I got a strike for on Friday, and we'll talk more about that. But here over on Odyssey and Library, I'm able to repost other videos. So this particular appearance of on Bitboy Crypto at the Round the Blockchain, my interview with Crypto Factor, videos that I've done with Crypto Blood. So I get to share other videos, and I get to repost some of my older videos, such as this Dolores Cahill interview that was from February 3rd, 2021. And they hit me up with a strike on the 11th of February. It was Friday's date. Also, Rice TVx is on BitChute. I don't have a full catalog of my videos, but I do have some videos already up there. I've got my Rice Rewinds, my conversation with Max Egan that was banned from YouTube, my conversation with Cliff High, and then I've also put up some more recent content from Rice TVx, and I uploaded the video with Professor Dolores Cahill. And I'll explain why I uploaded it on BitChute here in just a moment. If you're not already supporting me and a patron on my Patreon channel, consider joining up my Patreon. You'll get early access to videos, and you'll also get exclusive content. Tomorrow, I'm going to be interviewing a couple of gentlemen, but one of which will be Alphonse Fagiolo. And that interview right away will be put up on Patreon. So definitely consider supporting what I do and getting early access to videos. You can also support the channel via PayPal, my Cash App. And if you want to send a cryptocurrency tip or contribution, you can do so via my CoinTree link, all in the video description. And again, make sure you're taking advantage of this partnership with Money Metals Exchange. That would be greatly appreciated. You get to look after yourself. And in addition to that, you get to support the channel. So you get to get 2 birds stoned at once. All right, let me see what the chat's saying here before we get into things. B. Baker, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I'm usually on Around the Blockchain every Friday. Sometimes that changes up, and if they don't do a show on Friday or I'm traveling, I don't make an appearance. So definitely appreciate that. Red Robbles, I appreciate the background. Thank you. This new background that you see on here, in the background I have on Rice TVx, is something I found recently, and I used on the thumbnail for my interview with Charlie Lee. And I really like the graphics, I like the colors, so I added it to Rice TVx until I can get an updated website. You can reach me via my email address or my Telegram, which is at Rice TVx. My email is down below in the video description. So make sure you're checking that out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let me take this comment off. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I wasn't even sure I was going to be doing any live streams this week. I wasn't even sure if there was going to be any videos due to this strike. So I'm going to go ahead and go full screen so everybody can see what I want to show in regards to all the crap I got to deal with YouTube. So I guess what I should do is first show you Rice TVx2's email, because Rice TVx2 got a strike on, let me see what the date was, Friday the 4th. Friday, February the 4th, Rice TVx2 got a strike. And that was for the video Canadian Freedom Convoy 2022 with Matthew Belair. For whatever reason, I was live streaming this on both Rice TVx and Rice TVx2, but only Rice TVx2 got the strike. No problems on Rice TVx. Once I got the strike this past Friday, the 11th, on the Professor Dolores Cahill interview, Dime Bar, who supports the channel in a lot of ways that I can't thank enough, suggested that I go ahead and remove that Freedom Convoy video from Rice TVx, which I went ahead and did, because had I not won the appeal, they could have given me a strike, and that would have given me a second strike on the Freedom Convoy video, because I lost the appeal on Rice TVx too, if that's not complicated enough. So to avoid getting another strike or having any further situations, I went ahead and deleted the Freedom Convoy 2022 video, which is on Odyssey and Library and also on BitChute. And this is the video that I'm talking about right here. So I did delete it on Friday or Saturday night before I got notification from YouTube about my appeal in regards to me winning. So this is me getting the initial. Oh no, this isn't the initial. This was them reaching a decision. This is where YouTube says that they've removed my content for harassment, threats, and cyberbullying, that I violate these policies. Nowhere will they share with me what it is that I say or my guests say that is in violation of YouTube's terms and conditions. So I never know how to try to correct it. And the interesting thing about this is I have actually not had any issues with any sort of censorship for several months. It seemed to really coincide with the censorship and the push to take away the freedom of speech and free speech of Joe Rogan. It was early February that I got a strike on Rice TVx2, which had no strikes. I had a strike in the past. No, I actually had a warning. I never had a strike on Rice TVx2, I don't believe. I could be mistaken. I've gotten so many strikes, but I believe this was the first strike on Rice TVx2. If it's not, it's the second one, and the first one expired. So with Rice TVx, I was pretty much throughout all of 2021 and most of 2020, I maintained having at least one strike on my channel the entire time. And some of those periods, I actually had 2 strikes. And the thing is, if you get 3 strikes within a 90-day period, then they can remove your channel. After 90 days, a strike goes off of your channel. So strike 1, you can't post up for 7 days. You can't post any videos, do any live streams, anything for 7 days. You get 2 strikes, you can't do anything for 14 days. And then the 3rd strike, YouTube will terminate your channel. So I maintained having 2 strikes several times through 2021, but skated through enough to not lose the channel. Now, what's important to me about that I need to let people know is that I don't make a lot of income from YouTube or Patreon. I am going to be starting a video on demand site, and anything controversial from this point forward may not get uploaded to YouTube. I may upload it to Rice TVx2. Still haven't decided about that. But It will definitely be on Odyssey, Library, BitChute, and potentially other platforms that I will let people know about. So that's why I urge people to make sure that you're following me over on these other platforms, on Odyssey and Library, and over on BitChute and the other platforms that I will announce to people. Patreon for now, until I get my video on demand site put up, which is where I can store my videos and have a membership, and you can access the videos via my website, so I don't have to deal with that censorship. I have to maintain keeping this channel up for several reasons. One, when I do sponsored content for cryptocurrency, that helps bring in income for the channel, in addition to tips and contributions, which I definitely appreciate for those that can afford and do support the channel. But the paid videos, the sponsored videos really help out a lot. And it takes off pressure for me from having to ask viewers to support the channel. Now, with that being said, I've got to keep this channel. If I lose the channel, then I lose the income that I could bring in from these sponsored videos. Now, I haven't been doing as many sponsored videos because the crypto market is kind of wobbly right now, very volatile, and people aren't sure what's going to happen. So companies are being very strategic about when they're going to decide to move forward. So, but even with that being said, I've got to maintain this channel. So I will be careful moving forward. I'm not going to put controversial content on YouTube. I will put out videos like a short or a short video just explaining about the content that I'm putting on other channels to redirect people to those other platforms, because we do need to support these other platforms. But the other reason I want to keep this channel is because YouTube is the second largest search engine on the internet, and it's not even technically a search engine. So I'm able to reach new people. Being on platforms like BitChute or Rumble or Brighteon or even Odyssey and Library, I'm being stuck in an echo chamber, and I'm not necessarily reaching new people. And that's one of the things that I want to do with the channel, is be able to reach new people, to be able to help new people. And the way that I do that is being on platforms that aren't keeping me in an echo chamber where I'm just basically preaching to the choir. I want to reach new people in a lot of different assets, because I talk about a lot of different things. I got 3 different shows on the channel covering a lot of different topics, and some of those cross over, and a lot of people are interested in learning about cryptocurrency, and I want to be able to offer that to people. And the best way for me to do that is to maintain not losing my YouTube channel. So I will be smart moving forward. No controversial content. I will direct people where I will be posting videos, and I will be doing a video on demand site for Rice Uncensored or something to that effect, so that we can make sure that we have a place where we can communicate, a place where I can speak freely and not have to censor myself. Some people haven't heard me say this, but it's very important to let people know that there was a lawsuit that happened with PragerU, with YouTube, and it was ongoing throughout 2019. With the pandemic in 2020 and all the news circulating the way it did, I didn't hear about this till later. But in February of 2020, a federal California judge basically ruled in the favor of YouTube and Google, saying that they are a private organization, private corporation, and that the First Amendment does not apply to them. Now, that's another argument. That's another video. But with that being said, we don't have free speech on YouTube. I think people have realized that, and our free speech is being taken away on a lot of platforms. So if I've got to play the game to be able to maintain, I will do so. I will still be putting out controversial content, but it may not be on YouTube. I may direct people, or I will direct people to other platforms. That way I can avoid having any situations with Rice TVx on YouTube. And I can also at the same time be growing my followers and subscribers on these other platforms, of all of which needs to be done. So again, these links can also be found at ricetvx.com and below in the video description. So I want to go back real quick. Before I continue, let me see what everybody's saying in the chat. YouTube side job, nice. No, I appreciate that. Emerge, and see, emergency. Oh, nice play on words. I like that. Smart move. I appreciate. I got to do what I got to do to maintain the channel. And this really doesn't affect a lot because I don't have any problems with a lot of my history related videos. I don't have a problem with my spirituality related videos for the most part. The Ethan Lucan series has been left alone, so there's been no issues with that. The legal fiction stuff, the law, that should be cool. Most of the cryptos should be fine. Most of the economics and politics should be fine. Some of the political talk, some of the current event stuff, high profile controversial interviews and stuff just won't be on YouTube. I can't risk it. I've got to make sure I'm being smart moving forward. So you found me on BitChute. That's awesome. That's really good to know because my BitChute has been like really failing to grow. I have a decent amount of videos over there, and I have 428 subscribers. The most views that I've had on a video is almost 12,000 with my Cliff High interview, and only 428 people have decided that they want to subscribe. So that's why I'm trying to let people know that I do have a BitChute channel. I will be uploading more, so make sure you're subscribing over there. That would be greatly appreciated. So here's where I got the original email for Rice TVx 2 on the 4th of February. I want to go back full screen real quick, and then I will come back to the comments here after I'm done talking about this real quick. So here we go. This is we've removed your content. Now, once they remove your content, I get an opportunity to appeal it. And I've lost the appeal. Excuse me about my voice. I'm still having issues from being sick a few weeks ago. I'm not 100% over everything, and I'm having sinus related issues, which is affecting my ears, clogging up my throat, getting drier, getting more dry a lot quicker. So they reached an appeal saying that the Canadian Freedom Convoy video, after carefully reviewing, they confirm that it violates harassment terms and cyberbullying. Again, this is all the email it is. This is it, the entirety of the email. Nowhere does it explain. I've talked to customer service. I've tried to contact YouTube creators and Team YouTube on Twitter, and nowhere will they tell me what I'm saying is wrong. But being that I lost the appeal on this video that was on Rice TVx 2, I removed this from Rice TVx to avoid getting a strike. So, because again, I was waiting on response of my appeal in regards to the strike on Rice TVx. Now, real quick, I want you to notice, you may have seen this, but as you scroll down, you'll see these videos that say, your video is suitable for all advertisers. This is where I've had to basically ask for a human review when they demonetize my videos and say that the videos don't match advertisers' requirements. So I can't make monetization on it, but yet they still run the ads. As I scroll down, you'll see your video is suitable. Your video is suitable. This is stuff that I've got to deal with all the time. 2 of your videos are suitable. 2 of your videos are suitable. Your video is suitable. And in the meantime, what this does is it just affects the little bit of money that I can make from YouTube, because it takes away the money that I would earn from revenue within the first 24 to 48 hours, which is usually when you make the most money from your videos. So they know what they're doing. I just wanted to show everybody a little bit of the games I got to deal with. This is on Rice TVx 2. You'll see very similar things on Rice TVx. So this is my regular email account. This is where YouTube removed my content for the Professor Dolores Cahill. I say Cahill because that's how she pronounces her name. Challenging the new normal. She's obviously controversial. The video has been up since January 3rd, 2021. They waited until February the 11th, 2022, which is about a year and a week later, to give me a strike. I believe this video they tried to demonetize, and I ended up winning that and saying that the video was suitable for advertisements. But they hit me up over a year later. So they can hit you up with old videos. I've been hit up with videos. I've gotten strikes and had videos removed for videos that were unlisted and private. And I try to tell other content creators this. So if your video is on YouTube, whether unlisted, private, or whatever the situation might be, it still falls under YouTube's terms and conditions, and they can remove the video and give you strikes. You have 3 strikes in a 90-day period, and they can kill your channel. And so they reviewed this, and they said that it was medical misinformation. Now, nowhere in there are we giving medical advice. We're not suggesting to people what they should and shouldn't do. We are having an open discussion about the coronavirus. Did not think there was anything wrong about what we said. She's actually a physician. She was a professor, very well respected in her field until she took a stand against, you know what I'm talking about. So she's deemed controversial. So with that being said, I've got to make sure that I don't put videos, interviews like this in the future. I need to make sure I'm plugging my computer in. I thought it was plugged in, so bear with me. Okay, we're going to be wrapping up soon. I want to try to keep this short. We're already at about the 30-minute mark. So real quick, I do want to remind people, make sure that you're paying attention to scammers and imposters. Okay, please make sure you're paying attention to imposter accounts. Not only for myself, but other content creators and other influencers. I'm not going to email you. I'm not going to DM you regarding anything related to sending me any money or crypto or participating in any kind of investment, multi-level marketing. Report these accounts, please. Also, make sure that you're signed up on my mailing list at ricetvx.com so that you can stay updated with all things Rice TVx. Take advantage of my partnership with Money Metals Exchange. Get your free ½ ounce of silver. Be a first-time buyer at moneymetals.com. Purchase a minimum of $100. Use the promo code RICE. You get a free ½ ounce of silver, and it's a way to support the channel as well. And then if you want to schedule a cryptocurrency consultation, I do offer consultation services. It's not financial advice. $75 per hour, $50 per ½ hour, which I meant to try to make affordable for people. And you can also inquire about group rates as well. So I wanted just to kind of give everybody a little bit of a heads up about, what was going on with the channel, why there was no videos coming out over the weekend, because I did have a live stream scheduled to come out on this past Friday for Crypto Rewind last week in crypto, and that didn't work out, unfortunately, because of the strike. But we won the appeal, and this is where we won the appeal. So it says we reached an appeal or reached a decision on your appeal. And generally when I get these emails, it means that we're going to stick with our decision. So the fact that I won this, I was really surprised. But it says, after taking a look, we confirm that your content does not violate our community guidelines. So they added the video back, took the strike away. Now, the last time this happened, I got a strike on the same video for the same reason 24 hours later. So I removed the Professor Dolores Cahill interview from my YouTube channel, from Rice TVx, to avoid getting another strike. So I did remove 2 videos. I removed the Dolores Cahill interview, and I removed the Freedom Convoy video because both could potentially give me a strike, and I didn't want to have any situations. So I've got to play the game. I got to play the YouTube game. I've got to play against this AI with learning disabilities. I got to play with dealing with censorship and shadow banning, but it's just part of the game. It really is. So that's why I'm encouraging people to make sure that you're heading over to ricetvx.com, I should add, and signing up for my mailing list so that you don't miss any updates or any new content. I will be sending a mailing list or a newsletter out tonight. I've been trying to send them out on Sundays. I may change that. It may change up. I may send more than one a week if I've got something special going on to update people about. But I will definitely let you know. So just make sure you stay in tune for that. Let me go ahead and see what everybody's saying. Before I do, again, just to kind of review, I'm not going to be putting any controversial content up. I'm going to be going through my channel and I may be deleting more videos. I've already deleted a lot of videos. I've deleted more than half of my content from Rice TVx. You can find all of my videos, 100% of my catalog, over on Odyssey and Library. And I can share other people's videos and repost old videos as well, which is awesome. So I may be removing more content from my YouTube channel because I'm going to maintain keeping that YouTube channel so that I can continue doing this full time and be able to continue having time to research, do these interviews, and be able to bring this content to you. I do appreciate the contributions and tips that I do get from subscribers and viewers. It means a great deal for those that can and do support the channel, but I got to make sure I'm looking out for myself and my family, and in doing so, doing these sponsored videos and affiliate videos definitely help out the channel and support the channel. And that's why I push things like moneymetals.com, because you get to support yourself and at the same time you get to support the channel. So anything controversial from this point forward will not be on YouTube. With the exception, if I make a decision to put it on Rice TVx 2, which is a sacrificial lamb, I may be starting another channel completely different than Rice, not completely different, but not using the Rice brand in any capacity. But I will update people about that. And if I do that, it'll probably be about 30 days or so before I start it, because I'm getting everything prepped up. If I do a video that's not on YouTube that is going to be controversial, then what I will do is make a video for YouTube, a specific video for YouTube, not on any other platform, telling people that this video is too controversial for YouTube and that you can go watch it at such and such and such and such place. But if you want to get early access to my videos before they actually come out, then make sure you're checking out my Patreon channel, because I do release interviews, early access, unedited, right away, right after I do them. So you're going to have the Alphonse Fagiolo interview coming up tomorrow. That'll be on Patreon tomorrow afternoon. So make sure you stay in tune for that. Now, just trying to think if there's anything else. I'm just going to have to be really careful. I did do a video on Satoshi Sean's channel on Friday about censorship. If you haven't seen that, I would encourage you to check it out. And what I will do is grab a link to that and put it in the video description after I'm done with this live stream, so that you can check that video out, because we go a little bit in depth with our conversation about what happened with my channel, about censorship, about Joe Rogan, about Alex Jones, Howard Stern. Very interesting conversation. So I definitely encourage you to check that out. So let me see what everybody is saying before we wrap things up. I appreciate that. And I do try to, I really do censor myself. You know, I have to censor myself here on YouTube, unfortunately. And, you know, I've gotten complimented by a lot of other content creators saying that they feel like I do a great job at self-censoring, which is, it's a compliment, but it's not a compliment, because I don't really want to self-censor. And that's why I'm going to be getting a website set up where I can speak freely and to my viewers, subscribers, and people that want to watch my videos. I can speak freely, not have to worry about censoring myself, and ultimately replace Patreon with that. I do wish that YouTube would turn out to be like MySpace. That would be great. I had to look into Section 230, but again, B. Baker, there is a federal California judge that has said that YouTube and Google, as private corporations, that the First Amendment does not apply to them, that they're not bound by the First Amendment, which means that they can censor whoever they want on their platform until something else has been, another decision has been made. I want to see all these legal fiction guys, you, a couple of others, and all in the movement to convention. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more interviews with people in a legal fiction space, so make sure that you're staying tuned for that. And Red Robbles, I would definitely agree that YouTube is bad with censorship, but unfortunately, it is what it is, so I have to play the YouTube game to be able to maintain the channel. And again, I will be using these other platforms, but I'm not going to stop using YouTube. YouTube, I will continue to use the system against itself, because ultimately this platform needs to have voices that are bringing a different perspective. So I must remain, and I will remain on YouTube. If they delete channels, I'll just continue starting new channels. YouTube is the second largest search engine, and I'm able to reach new people. And that's the point. People need this information. So I will make sure that I continue to have a YouTube channel and push people over to my other platforms. TPA, thank you, brother. I really appreciate you, man. I love you, man. I appreciate all your support. Papa Joe, what's going on, my friend? Yeah, definitely hit me up, man. I'm generally available. I'll make myself available for you on this to come on your show, and I'd like to get you back on mine for some roundtable conversations about current events. And thank you for the congrats. the win is bittersweet because I did delete the video. They deleted the video and they gave me the strike. They put the video back up. I removed it after that to play it safe, to play the game, just like the thumbnail says. So I was doing what I felt like was in the best interest of the channel. You can pay by PayPal, Cash App, or if you're already familiar with cryptocurrencies and you just want to ask some questions and you want to pay in crypto, you can do that as well. You can hit me up via my email. I'll pull that up again real quick. And then you can also message me on Telegram at Rice TVx. I want to let everybody know a little bit too about my schedule coming up. I do have a video coming out tomorrow and Thursday. Friday, I will be going live at 5 p.m. Eastern time on BitBoy Crypto for Around the Blockchain, 5 p.m. Eastern time, and then 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time on Rice TVx. I will be going live for Crypto Rewind, covering the last week in crypto with my co-host Satoshi Sean, and we will be joined by Darko from Crypto Tonight from Australia. He will be with us on Friday at 7 o'clock p.m. So BitBoy on Friday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Eastern time on Rice TVx for Crypto Rewind. I'll have a video coming out Saturday where I'll be doing a live stream. And then Sunday, I will be going live with Ethan Lucas. I think that's going to be episode 19 of our ongoing series of Spirituality of Law, What They Don't Want You to Know. So be sure to stay tuned for all that. And if you sign up for the mailing list, you'll get information about my weekly updates. And then I will send emergency updates in the future. Next time I get a strike, because I know what'll happen. Next time I get a strike, I will just let people know via the newsletter right away, and then just update people as I get news. If I lose the appeal or win the appeal, I'll just update people. So just stay tuned for that. Make sure you're signing up for the mailing list. Let's see here. Shout out to the Canadians, man. What's going on in Canada is crazy. I would like to have a conversation about what's happening in Canada, and it may not happen on YouTube. Now, another thing that I do want to mention is what I may do with videos, especially videos that are pre-recorded. I might take a clip or two from those conversations and add them onto YouTube that I deem to be safe. So that way people can see that these interviews are happening, get a little snippet, and then they'll have to or want to go to these other platforms to be able to continue watching the entirety of it. Having already had a warning on my channel, I took your advice to the Patreon too. Really helped a lot. Yeah, man. A lot of people don't realize that with the Patreon videos, people are posting up on YouTube as unlisted videos. So I started the third channel just for my Patreon videos because I've gotten warnings or strikes from having a video on Patreon unlisted and not be able to post publicly for 7 days because of it. So I've been learning how to play the game, and I just gamified this thing and skating through. The channel's still here. You've seen a lot of channels go. You've seen a lot of channels get take off YouTube. I'm not a controlled opposition by no means. I've just been very smart about what I've been doing moving forward. And Patreon is awesome. So thank you, my friend. Let's see. If you need help with that site, let me know, man. I built mine, still tied to YouTube right now, but it's a few switches and the videos are directly on the site. Sweet. No, I definitely might talk with you about that. What I'm doing is trying to research and try to find out the best video on demand platform, because there's services that make it a little bit easier for me to do this. Or I could just have a private website that's got like you have to log into it in order to be able to access it, and the only way you'd be able to do that is with me adding you to it. So I could add memberships on my web channel or on my website. I could have it in a shop, monthly Rice Uncensored Club or something like that. So there's a couple ideas that I'm kind of going over in my head and talking to other people and getting suggestions and doing research. So I'll definitely be in touch with you, Josh, and I appreciate, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, Alphonse is awesome, dude. I would love to get Yusuf L on, but he doesn't do interviews. I am considering offering to pay him for his time to see if I can get an interview with him that way. I've also considered joining up with his university and maybe trying to have direct communication and developing a relationship and see if he would be interested in doing something, even if it's on a private side. I have no problem doing an interview and not making it available publicly for just everybody to see. So I would definitely be open for that. Appreciate Life Size Box. Thanks for your support, man. And if I get my stuff done early enough today, I might be in touch with you this afternoon. I'm still figuring out my schedule for this week for me and you to chat, but I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely hit me up and we'll figure out something, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, and I would use Theta. Theta is another platform that I would like to add my content on. But again, I'm not replacing YouTube with another platform. That just is not going to happen. I've got to be really smart about what I'm doing. So I mean, the most decentralized content sharing platform out there is Library that I've found. And I'm still researching and looking for more, but the most decentralized video sharing content platform is Library. And you would have to download the application for it to truly be decentralized. Odyssey runs on Library, but it's a centralized website. And when you're dealing with websites, you're dealing with centralization. You're dealing with servers and centralization of information. And there's no real way to avoid that, just so people are aware. DLive, I'm not going to support because I don't support Justin Sun's move with what he did with Steam. So I do plan on having BB back on. I need to reach out to her. That is also one of the things that I'm looking to do here very soon is in addition to hiring somebody to help with content manager, some people to help me out with bookings so I can reach back out to previous guests and new guests about interviews. Yeah, I mean, again, I will put my stuff on these platforms 100%. But again, I'm not going to limit myself to just these platforms because I will be stuck in an echo chamber. Gitter is for the people that it's a certain niche of people. And when you're dealing with a certain niche of people, you're limiting the people who aren't in that niche. And in order for us to be effective as content creators and for us to be able to get the number of people that we need to manifest that when enough people take a stand, nothing can stand against the people, then we need to get those numbers up and we need to be able to reach and wake up new people. And the way to do that is utilize platforms that are ridiculously popular and use the system against itself. And wake people up and let them know about other video sharing platforms, other platforms that are comparative to YouTube that are competitors. Something different where they'll have more options, free speech, that they'll be able to find better content that's not being censored, self-censored, or whatever the situation might be. But again, if we just stick on these platforms like Gitter or BitChute and not on anything else, you kind of fade away from the real world and you just get stuck in your little echo chamber. And then it just becomes very cult-like. And I'm doing what I can to wake people up. It's one of the missions that I have with the channel, and I'm going to continue doing that. So I do appreciate Mr. X Le Charion. Appreciate you tuning in, my friend. I always appreciate you being here. Where do I apply? You can't limit YouTube. We must go on your if you're talking about applying for helping, you're more than welcome to reach out to me on Telegram at Rice TVx or at the email address ricemediagroup@protonmail.com. I will utilize Rumble as well, but I'm not going to limit myself to Rumble. Rumble, again, it's a certain niche audience. You're not having new people coming over there. You're not having the average Jane and Jay, so that you can reach out to these individuals. The YouTube is second search. You can't make it first. Well, the first largest, the largest search engine is Google. So, and both are owned by Alphabet company. So it's something that people need to be able to consider. Cordal is now hacking unhackable websites, the internet. And I had to look into that, but I'm not sure. It may be IPFS. And if it's IPFS, I can do the same thing with unstoppable domains as well. So I will look into Cordal for hosting. I'm taking a note now. I am going to be looking because, I mean, yeah, wherever you're hosting your videos is a point of failure. So, or hosting your website or saving your information, whatever cloud you're using, these are all points of failure that people need to pay attention to. You just have to be strategic in regards to content. Internet is the new wild, wild west. Doing great. I appreciate that, Bulls. Yeah. I mean, I have been strategic and I haven't had any issues. Excuse me, since like late October. And the strike that I had on Rice TVx expired January the 7th. I actually maintained not having a strike for like 33 days. 33, an interesting number. And then I got the strike on Rice TVx 2 on the 4th of February and on the 11th of February for Rice TVx, which won the appeal, which made me so excited, man, to win that appeal. I didn't think that I was going to win the appeal, especially with that particular interview, being that Professor Dolores Cahill is so controversial that regardless of if there was something said in that video wrong or not, that it was still, I would have lost the appeal. Considering they took down the Freedom Convoy video and I lost the appeal on that, but didn't lose the appeal on the video with Professor Dolores Cahill. Now, when I mentioned having a strike that I won an appeal on and then getting a strike 24 hours later on the same video for the same reason, YouTube claims that the person, the individual, the people that approved my appeal was in the wrong, that they never should have approved my appeal. So I wanted to avoid a situation like that. And I just went ahead and got rid of the controversial videos that I put out recently on YouTube, which was the Freedom Convoy video. And then that Professor Dolores Cahill interview from over a year ago. But they're on all my other platforms right now. And any other platform that I add videos to, I'll make sure I'm adding them there as well. So just going to continue being smart. And I appreciate everybody's support. The Telegram information should be Rice Community Group. It should be public, and the video link should be and is in the video description below. So thank you. Litecoin Leader, what's going on, my friend? I think we're talking Thursday, so I'm looking forward to talking with you, having a conversation, and then getting something scheduled to do an interview. Maybe we can even do an interview that same day, potentially. But at least have a conversation and get things moving forward. How long does a strike last before they decide to remove it? So if I get a strike and I lose an appeal, then the strike will remain on my channel for 90 days. If I get a second strike in that 90-day period, so with strike 1, I can't post or do anything for 7 days. Then with strike 2 happening within 90 days of that first strike, I can't post or do anything for 14 days. If I get a third strike in that 90-day period from the time that I get the first strike, then my channel or a channel will be terminated. But at the same time, YouTube doesn't even need to give you strikes to terminate your channel. YouTube can simply just terminate your channel. So, I mean, you could wake up, I could wake up one day and you could be going to search for videos. I could be going to check on my channel and it's gone, which is the reason why I'm telling people to go to ricetvx.com, sign up for my mailing list. Make sure you follow me on Odyssey and Library and BitChute and what other platforms I share in the future, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Nothing is promised, especially on YouTube. So yeah, 7 days is what is the length for the first strike, 14 days, and then they stay on for 90 days. 90 days from the day that you get the strike. So with Rice TVx 2, let me go ahead and sign over real quick, and I'll tell you really quickly when that strike expires on Rice TVx 2, because I got a strike on February the 4th. February to March, March to April. So somewhere around like May 5th, May 6th is when I should have that strike go away. And what I will do, let me stop this screen share that I have here and share another screen so that people can see the back end of the channel for Rice TVx 2. Let me go ahead and get rid of this comment and full screen this so everybody can see. So this is Rice TVx 2. This is my studio back office. This is where I got a warning for the Max Egan video, Hidden History of the Matrix, Current Events in Antarctica, I believe was the video. That appeal was rejected. That gave me a warning. So here's the Freedom Convoy 2022 with Matthew Belair for harassment and cyberbullying, which is complete BS, complete bullshit. I can say bullshit. I'm allowed to say bullshit, but whatever I said or Matthew said in this Freedom Convoy video, we weren't allowed to say. So this one, the appeal was rejected on February the 4th. Okay, so that was the same day I got it. And it says that it expires on May the 5th. So that would be 90 days. So if I get a second strike on Rice TVx 2 before May 5th, I cannot post for 14 days. If I get 2 more strikes before May 5th, then Rice TVx 2 is gone. Now, Rice TVx 2 is a backup channel. It is a sacrificial lamb. So if it goes away, it goes away. I will continue to start more backup channels. But again, I will be starting up a new channel, I believe. Something I'm really considering. So just stay tuned for that. But again, I really do appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching today's video. Stay tuned for the rest of the videos next week, and make sure that you are signed up for my mailing list so that you never miss any updates on new Rice TVx content. Gotta play the game. Gotta play the YouTube game. Otherwise, the channel will be gone, and I will be stuck in an echo chamber preaching to the choir, and then I'm going to be hanging my hat up, because I'm not just going to be preaching to the choir. That is not the role, the mission of this channel, and where we want to move forward. So thank you so much for your support, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to both Rice TVx and Rice TVx 2 on YouTube. Make sure you follow me on Odyssey, on Library, on BitChute. And if you want to support the channel directly, get early access to videos and some exclusive content, check out my Patreon. All links are in the video description.